friends, I am back. So I have been on a journey the past couple of days. I've been sick. I had the flu. It sucked. I was out of work for like a week basically, and now we're on winter and Christmas break. We're heading into the end of the year. We're doing end of the year content, and I promised myself that once I finished watching Stranger Things, I would do my top books of the year list. So I've been in the middle of reading 2 books that I'm going to chat about in this vlog at some point. I'm in the middle of reading Breath of the Dragon by Fonda and Cheyenne Lee, and this is like a very, very fun book that I am liking, but I don't want to be physically reading it. I really want to be listening to it, and at the moment I don't have anything to be doing right now. Like, I don't have a craft. I don't have anything, so I'm going to be listening to this. So I will give you a little bit of a rundown about what this book is in a second, but I am reading this. So right now I am about 150 pages into it, and yeah. So there it follows a main character named Jun, and in his past, when he was younger, he was living with his mom, his twin brother, and his dad, and they basically got in trouble because one was breathmark, one wasn't, and they were basically training him to be a warrior, which is illegal in the East Society, which is where they grew up, and they were basically exiled, and they were sent to the West. And eventually it was hoped that they would be able to go back once his brother was basically like done through all these like trials, but that never happened because then there was like basically like a wall got put up and they couldn't go back. So now you have him in the present, and he's kind of in this competition to kind of become a protector of this scroll, and he is in a competition for that, and he kind of got teamed up with this man and his daughter, and they're kind of going to this competition, and that's where we're at. I am liking this. I just don't want to be physically reading it because I feel like it's gonna it's not as captivating to me. I do like it. It's very, very fight heavy, and I always say those books don't capture my attention. So I am reading this, and I am going to pick this up tomorrow, and I'm also listening to The Maid's Secret by Nita Prose, which I will attach a photo of that book here. That is a book that is the 3rd book in a series, and basically we're following Molly the maid, and she works at the maid. She's neurodivergent. She's on the autism spectrum, and there's like kind of like a roadshow, like the antique roadshow kind of comes to her little house, like to her hotel. She kind of brings something from her grandma. Her grandma has just passed away. Little does she know this is a very, very elusive thing, and it's very, very rich. It can make her very, very rich if she sells it, and you're kind of seeing her in the present deal with the after effects of that, but also you're seeing her grandmother tell the story about how she got these things, and I am liking that too, but I haven't read it. I've been really, really sick, so listening and me have not been working. But now what I have to do is I had to pick a physical book to read, and I had 3 books on my TBR that I'm not sure if it's the moment to read them. So I don't know what I want to read. I don't know if I want to read, I know I want to read something like faster paced, but I also want to read something maybe a little bit Christmassy. I don't know. So I'm going to take a minute. I'm not hating this. I am not hating this. I am liking this. I'm just not in the mood to read it physically, and I think, I can listen to it and do some Christmas crafting and stuff like that, or just regular crafting at some point, but I might just have to take this book away and do something else with it. But right now I am gonna go look at what I'm actually in the mood to read and see what my options are, because it is fast times is what I want. I need something fast paced, and this is fast paced, so I'm gonna go figure out what I want to read, and then we will chat about it. All right, bye. Currently I'm of 2 minds. I may want to try out Immortal Consequences again, because I read about 100 pages of this, and I did really, really like it, and then I got distracted. And I really would like to read this. I don't think it's going to wind up on anyone's best of the year list. So I would like to give this book another shot. It does work for me. But I'm also very tempted by The Amalfi Curse by Sarah Perner. This is a little bit more historical. So I don't know. I may give this one a shot because I have read this one, like the 100 pages of this, and I was interested in it. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to read maybe like I'm gonna read the first 50 pages of this and see how I'm feeling. If I come back too soon, it's because I'm probably not. But I do have the audiobook of this. But I remember listening to the audiobook and being a little bit confused. So this is my tentative plan. So I'm listening to 2 books. I'm doing 2 this way. But I definitely think I'm feeling better. And the reason I say that is because normally when I'm not feeling well, I like want to read different things. And this I picked up originally because I thought that it was fast-paced, it was action-focused. But that's not what I normally read, and I think that's an indication that I'm feeling better, which is great. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna give this book a shot. I'm gonna try to read about 50 pages of this and see how I'm feeling, and then I'm gonna check back in with you and just see where we are at. I don't know what I'm in the mood to physically read, and I think that that's the issue. I think that that is my problem right now. So I'm gonna go read this. I'm gonna go read about 50 pages of this, and then I'm gonna give you guys like an update and see how I'm feeling. And if worse comes to worse, I'll just go back. I'll read Immortal Consequences. But for some book, this book is screaming my name. So I'm gonna go read that, and I'll give you an update when I have one. All right, bye. Big Dragons, I definitely feel more like a person today, which is nice, which I haven't felt for like a week. So I feel a lot better. I did wind up running errands, and I wound up going to town. I wound up getting my hair done, which looks so much nicer. And then I wound up reading up to page 214 in Breath of the Dragon by Fonda Lee and Shannon Lee. I am liking this book quite a bit. I think there's a pretty obvious plot point that I would be shocked if it doesn't happen. Would be shocked. But I am liking it. I think that it's a very like Bruce Lee inspired story. I like the characters. There's like a dash of a potential romance. There's a lot of political stuff in this story as well. And it sort of gives me Hunger Game vibes, but with like stakes where I actually care about the characters. So I really am liking this one. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a, like I literally set up my diamond painting. I'm a little bit behind on my diamond painting, so I have to finish that today, or finish one of them today because it's Christmas Eve. I'm not gonna see these people for like a couple of weeks because we have break and stuff and I've been sick. So, but yeah, my goal is to listen to a little bit more of this and make my way through it. But there's a pretty big plot point that I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. But I am liking it. I think that this is a good listen, and I'm happy that I picked it up. And then I didn't really get very far into The Amalfi Curse by Sarah Perna, but we're having a lot of different point of views. So the main point of view we follow is Mari, and she is like a witch on the Amalfi Curse, and basically her and her witch coven basically prevents things from happening in this little environment. So like, you know, that protect her environment. And then you have another character's point of view that you follow that is a current person named Haven, and she is kind of like an archaeologist, and she kind of digs, and they kind of go to the Amalfi Curse to kind of figure out what's happening. But a lot of weird things happen in this environment, and you're led to believe that the witches are causing these weird things to occur. And then you have another point of view that is sort of letters. So I really haven't read enough to kind of know what's happening, but I've read about 40 pages, so I would like to read about to page 100 so I feel like I know what's happening. So that is my current read. This is my current listen, and I am about to watch the season finale of season 2 of Stranger Things. I'm definitely not going to make my way through as much as I wanted, but my secret goal was to finish season 2 and 3 before we watch. Tomorrow I'll probably rewatch, but like before we get the second half of season 5, and then I'll spend my other week watching season 4, because season 4 is the longest and my favorite. So that is where we are. So I am liking this book. It's a historical mystery. I also did spend a little time taking books off my shelf, which I haven't done the best job at, but I'm working on it. So yeah, I'll come back when I have read up to page 100 of this, and then by then I will have listened to a little bit more of this, so we'll have another update in a little bit soon. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hi, Big Dragons. I am back. I did wind up finishing one of my calendars. I actually I have to finish a couple because I was sick in the lead up to Christmas, so like I didn't get to do all my Christmas crafting, and I also really stopped Christmas crafting like midway through the year, and I just stopped crafting in general, and I think that's been why I've been having such a hard time listening to audiobooks, because at work I need to be like significantly into an audiobook, like a good like 2 maybe hour and a half in, before I feel like I'm paying attention enough to like do other things. Because normally when I start an audiobook, I'm either walking like around during the weekend, or I'm either crafting, and it just kind of lets my brain get adjusted to the story. But I've had a lot of issues because I haven't been doing that. So I did wind up getting up to chapter 39 in Breath of the Dragon. I am liking this. I don't think it's going to be a new favorite. I definitely think I will probably read book 2. I'll probably listen to it. But I like the characters. Like, it's very much like a little bit more fighting and war focused than a book I would like. It's not really a Laura book. But I do really like the characters. I'm captivated by it. I still think I know the twist coming. I still think I could probably predict it. But I'm having a really fun time with this. And could totally see why it was a Goodreads Choice Award winner, or like a nominee, because I think it does have a lot of elements that people could connect to, and I'm happy that I finally got around to it. And I am about 100 pages into the Amalfi Curse. This book has a lot going on. Like, there is like 3 very distinct point of views, and they all are like connected in a way, but like they're not connected in a way that like currently makes sense to me. Like, we have a story set in the 1821 where you find all of these women that are witches on this Amalfi Curse, and they are protecting their environment from like behavior, like actions. Like, pirates are on the way, they can kind of make the pirates not come there. So that's one storyline you're following. And then you're following another point of view in the present of a main character who's like a deep ocean diver, and she wants to kind of go under and explore these wrecks that have been caused by the witches, I guess you could say. And I'm very intrigued. And now in the present, there's been like some volcanic things, so they're kind of taking Mari off of this dig, which she's very aggravated about, and putting on a male co-worker, so sexism is being talked about. But she has another reason for wanting to be in this location. Sorry, my mom came home and the puppy was chaotic. But, so there is a lot happening. I'm very intrigued. But, like, I almost feel like there's just too much back and forth. So, like, I feel like I need, like, a clear point. But I do like it. This is an historical, like, fantasy mystery that I would read. Like, I have another one of her, the London Seance Society, that like I just redid my entire book cart. So I just redid it. It's completely redone, and I have nothing on the bottom, which is lovely. But this is a book that I am enjoying. It has a lot of elements that are working for me, and I'm really, really liking it. So I'm gonna come back when I have read to page like 150 and give you guys an update. I just feel like there's a lot of stuff happening in this story that like eventually there's going to be a connecting point, but we're not there yet. So that's kind of where I'm at. But I am liking it. I'm also rewatching the season 2 finale of Stranger Things. My goal was to finish season 3. Okay, season 3 before season 5 part 2 comes out. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm going to really, really try. But that is where we are. So I will give you an update when I have read about 50 more pages and see my thoughts. But so far I am liking it. Hopefully I will have been able to finish this as well. Like, I don't have that much long left. I am liking it, and I want to wrap it up and finish it. So that is where we are. So I'm gonna go do those things. I will give you an update when I have finished this, and give you an update on this, and then we'll chat. Bye, book friends. Hi friends, it is Christmas Eve. We don't do a lot on Christmas Eve with my family nowadays, but I did want to do a quick update. I did wind up getting up to page 166 in the Amalfi Curse. I'm really liking this book. This book has a lot of elements that I'm liking. It has historical fiction. It also has a mystery element. It also has a fantasy tinge to it. And I'm just like captivated. Like, I think all of the point of view, we get 3 very different point of views, and they're all starting to kind of link. The point of view in the present I'm most interested in, because it's kind of like more of like a mystery. Like, these characters like is like interested in like debris diving, or like, when ships go down and that type of diving. She was motivated to go there because of her dad, and her dad had an inkling that something was going to happen. And then this is on the Amalfi Curse, which I Amalfi Coast. It's called Amalfi Coast. That's where I really, really want to go to. And then you have another point of view of a character that are the witches that are kind of keeping everyone away from this little inlet. And then you have another point of view of the lover of this girl. And it's getting very interesting. Like, I don't want to put the book down. I also just started season 3 of Stranger Things, which is my second favorite season currently. So I really do like that season. So it's like a nice like palate cleanser to read back and forth. So yeah, that is where we are. I didn't read any more of The Breath of the Dragon by Shondalee Fondley because I put away my crafting stuff, but I will definitely finish this tomorrow, like early in the morning, and then I'm probably gonna read The Maid's Secret for the rest of the day leading up to Stranger Things. That is the plan. So yeah, that is my thing. I'm gonna go do a little bit of editing to see how many videos I have to edit, and after I finish this book and another book, I think I'm going to do my best books of the year. I'm holding out for one more. I want to read one more book when I'm like reading Stranger Things or watching Stranger Things, and then I'm probably just gonna do it. So whatever this vlog is that I'm currently watching, these are gonna be the last couple of books that I finally tackle. And the theme is just like whatever I want to pick up, but mostly 2025 releases that I haven't picked up. So this was a 2025 release. This is a 2025 release. I have another one on my, my audiobook. But yeah, that is the plan. I will talk to you guys when I have an update, or when I get up to 50% of this. Is probably the next time you guys will see me. But I am really, really liking it. I'm happy that I picked it up. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Picture again, sitting back. I just wanted to say that I did wind up finishing up Breath of the Dragon this morning. It is Christmas Day, so happy holidays if you celebrate. I actually did like this book. I think I'm going to give this book like 4 stars. I think I will definitely pick up another book in this series. I think that one of my predictions didn't come true, which actually sort of surprised me, but I really did like it. I think that it's a very fun action adventure fighting based story. I like the characters, and I think I'll definitely check out the sequel. I'm really happy I finally got around to this one, but it's unique, it's different. And as someone that doesn't like war stories, I think that this has a nice balance. I think it has elements of the Hunger Games, but unlike the Hunger Games, I feel like you still do feel connected to the characters. And I think it just had a fun cast, like a wide, even though it was like a smaller cast, I felt intimately connected to all of them. So I really, really did like this book, and I gave it 4 stars. And it also checks off one of my NetGalley books, and it also checks off a physical book of my TBR, which is good. Sorry, I'm going to be coughing until like a month because cough does last to go. I also did get up to page 192 in the Amalfi Curse by Sarah Partner. I'm really liking the story as well. We have 3 very different timelines that are kind of like intersecting, which I do like. I think my favorite timeline is definitely Mari's in the past and then Haven's in the future. And then we have Holmes's, who is connected to Mari. So you get 3 very different timelines, and I'm really curious how the story is going to all come together. So I do want to keep reading. I'm also just started season 3 of Stranger Things, which I won't now finish today, but so yeah, I'm going to read up to page 250 in this and give you guys like an update and a time check. I'm also going to start The Maid's Secret when I go back to holiday crafting. I'm actually in the middle of that, but that'll be the next book for this vlog, and I'm just going to keep reading. I'm going to read until Stranger Things starts, and then I don't know what I'm going to pick up during that, but I would like to ideally finish this book today, because I am liking it, and I'm enjoying it, so that's good, and I'm going to talk to you guys when I have another update for you, hopefully in a few hours. Bye, book friends. Hey dragons, I just want to do a quick update. It is about 1 o'clock, so I did wind up getting up to, I think I'm like chapter 12 into my audiobook of The Maid's Secret. I'm liking this. It's very different from the other books in the series, and there's no like current present like mystery, I would say. It's more like a secret that's kind of being uncovered. I'm really liking it. It's a fun read. I think we're getting a lot of backstory about the grandma, and I'm enjoying it. I always like being in Molly's head because she's just like a very, very unique character. So I don't have my phone. The next time I'll listen, I will tell you. But I would say I'm like 12 chapters into that book. And Audible never gives you percents anyway. And then I wound up getting up to chapter 30 or like 75% into the Amalfi Curse. And I'm really liking it. It was a pretty big reveal like in the middle of the book. I was like, whoa, that's a pretty big reveal. So I'm curious to see how this book ends. And I'm I never really know like how to tell if a book's fantasy or magical realism, but I am liking this story. Like, it has a lot of elements that make me want to read more by this author, because I have a very hard time reading mystery thrillers sometimes, just because they sometimes bore me when I'm reading them physically. But I am liking this one, and I do like all the point of views, I do like all the characters, and I still do have another one by this author. I started this before, so I don't know. I do not know what I'm going to read next. I don't know what I'm going to read next for this vlog, but I still want to get through this and see like what time it is, because I am in the mood for like a cozy mystery. So I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna go read up to page 300 in this, and then I might give you guys like one more update. I might craft a little bit, and then we'll read the last section. So I will talk to you guys when I have my next update for you. Bye. Hi, my dragons. I am back. I did wind up, so I said I was sick in like all of these videos that I've been filming, but I was sick on the like a fun day of work. So like we do pools and we do stuff, and I've never actually participated because I know nothing about football. But my mom was like, I was like, you know what? Why not? I will give you a little bit of cash and see if I won. And I won money. So that's actually so exciting, which never ever happens. So that was actually exciting. I won a bit of cash for my trips I'm going on this year, which is really, really fun. And then I wound up finishing the Amalfi Curse by Sarah Perner. I'm going to give this book 4 stars. I think that I liked all the elements to the story, and I thought that it was fun, but the characters don't capture me. And I think I was just watching a video from Jess from Peace Love Books, and she was like, I kind of feel like she agrees with me. I need a solid plot in my story to like push the story forward, but then I also need to feel connected to the characters, so they both need to be there. And for this, it had so many elements. I think it was like a nice combination of mix. It was like historical fiction with a mystery element. The mystery element was not really that strong as I was hoping it was. There's like a dash of romance, and I literally mean like a dash. But it's more like historical fiction with a dash of magical realism, and I really liked it. I want to read more by this author. I just thought that this cover was pretty, and I'm a big Italy fan. I'm Italian, and I've been to Italy before, and it's so pretty, and my dream location is to go to the Amalfi Coast. So, but I finished this. I also got up, my phone is elsewhere, but I got up, I've read a couple more chapters in my Maid Secrets book, and now I realize what the plot is. So we are revealing a mystery in the present, but we're pretty far into the book, so I don't want to reveal what that sorry, what that is, but I am liking it. So I'm going to pick up a cozy mystery for this vlog, because most of this whole vlog has been cozy mysteries or like mystery adjacent books. So we're going to pick up Murder in the Scottish Shire. I will attach a photo of it here. I'm going to read this physically. I don't know how successful it's going to be, but I also do know we're heading into Stranger Things time. So I may need something a little bit more low-key. I know that Amy from Amy Marie gave me this book rack, and any books with cozies that have dogs in them, I want to read it. And I am going to Scotland this year, so I really wanted to do a vlog where I kind of read a couple of new cozy mysteries, because I'm caught up to date on my Ellie Alexander. I'm caught up to date on my Veronica Speedwell. I'm caught up to date on my Joanne Fuca. So I kind of need another one, and I want to see if potentially this could be one that I can kind of read through. So I'm going to go read to 25%, and then I'll give you an update. And this will probably be the last book of this vlog, because in the next vlog I'm going to do, I'm going to rewatch Stranger Things. Like, I'm going to rewatch the new season of Stranger Things at a slow down pace, but I can't do that right now, because if I don't, I'm going to get spoiled. So, alright, I'll be back when I have read 25% of that book, and I'll give you guys my 25% thoughts, and then if Stranger Things is on, we'll have a chat. But right now, I'm in the start of season 3, and I'm really enjoying it. So, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hey, Book Dragons. I decided to pause my audio, my physical book I was listening to was a cozy mystery. And after watching Stranger Things Part 2, I really just want to read something with a bit of fantastical elements to it. So I'm going to pause that book. I read about 17%. I was enjoying it, but just the vibes aren't vibing right now. And I am still reading The Maid's Secret, and we did get a pretty big plot point in the present, which I'm intrigued by, so I want to keep listening to that when I'm diamond painting. But I'm only going to update the rest of this vlog for when I finish that, so you guys will see that update in a little bit. But I'm going to go diamond paint at some point today, and when I read about like 10 more chapters, I'll give you guys an update for this vlog. But yeah, that is the plan for this vlog, so I will talk to you guys when I have an update, and hopefully we have an update soon. So I'll talk to you guys when I have diamond painted a little bit. Bye. Hi Hi Book Dragons, a little bit of a Maid Secret update. I did get up to chapter 20 and I will definitely finish this book tomorrow. I just had a little bit of stuff going on that I was like distracted by. But I am liking this. I don't think it's my favorite in the series. I still think I like book 1 the best. But this does have a lot of elements that I am liking. It is dual timeline, which I am enjoying. I'm liking getting the grandmother's point of view, especially because the grandmother passed away before the book even started. So I am liking that. I also think that there is a nice conversation to be had about getting wealthy and like the juxtaposition between the grandmother and Molly, which I am liking. So I have like about 2.5 hours left. It is snowing, so I'm probably not going to leave the house tomorrow, but I do want to diamond paint a little bit. So that will be the plan. Alright, I'm going to go update my other vlog and then we will chat. Hey Dragons, I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up getting up to, I have like 2 hours left in the Maid Secret. I am liking this book quite a bit more than the first half. I think that we're getting a solid mystery in both timelines, which I do like, and they are like a little bit connected. I do like this book series. I think that it's a fun series. I just don't think it's that like memorable. I really did like book 1. I think book 2 was fun, but it's not like an all-time favorite. But I am happy that I'm picking it up, and I'm happy that I'm getting it off my TBR because I tend to neglect my audiobooks. I think what I want to do is I want to kind of have a bunch of audiobooks that I'm focusing on every quarter or every month that I'm going to add to my TBR card, just so I have like a visual representation of them, because then I forget about them and I have like no plan. So when I film my January TBR, I'm going to add those to my graphic. So yeah, but that is where we are with that. I'm going to have another read crafting session in a little bit once I read another 50 pages of my current book, which is for a different vlog. But yeah, I will talk to you guys soon when I have an update. But yeah, I am liking it. I hope I can finish it today. Hi Big Dragons, I am back. I did wind up getting up to chapter 27 in the Maid Secret. I am liking this book. I think it might be my like second favorite. I am enjoying it. It's a very different type of story. You have 2 different timelines. Both the stories are definitely interconnected, but I am enjoying it. I'm just, you know, it's just like a passive read and I am enjoying it. I think it's probably my, I don't know. I'm enjoying it. It's not going to be a new favorite book of the series. I really did like book 1. This is a little bit more tangential, but you are getting a lot of backstory about Molly the maid and her like history and her family history, which I think is super interesting. So I am enjoying that. I have about 1.5 hours left, I would say. I don't know if I'm going to finish it today, but I do want to do at least one more crafting session. So I'll be back when I have an update for you, and then when we're done with that book, we'll wrap up this vlog. Maybe 2 more updates. If I was going to yoga and I'm not. Because I'm still coughing and I don't want to be around people if I can avoid it. But I did wind up finishing that book. That was on my 25 books I thought that I was going to love in, or the 40 books that I was going to love in 2025. I did like it. I gave it 4 stars. And I wrapped up that series, which is actually super exciting. So this is also a book that was on my redo TBR, so I'm making some progress, which is good, and I had a fun time with this vlog. So now I'm going to go start my next audiobook vlog. I hope you guys will stick around, and let's get reading. Let me know in the comments, what is a goal you really want to focus on before the end of the year? I would love to know. Bye, book friends.